No. Happy new work week. I had the best time this morning at work. Apparently Malwarebytes decided to push some update over the weekend that broke the internet on anybody's workstation because it basically blocked all internet ports. So even though they fixed it relatively quickly, it still affected like a bunch of machines that were running on Saturday. And so they proceeded to just flood our after hours with a bunch of calls, which just turned into a couple of hours of messy logistics this morning. So that was a good time. Super enjoyed that. But anyway, that's not what you all came here for. You came here for the video game Final Fantasy VII. Seventh Heaven. I wonder if they called it Seventh Heaven because of the television show back then, or if that's just how it fell. I mean, I don't know how much involvement Japanese people had with WB content at the time. I think Seventh Heaven was on WB. I don't remember. Anyway. That not work? Scene switch? No? Okay. Thanks, OBS. You're a peach. I will have to switch it manually. There we go. I thought I'd be cool and put a hotkey on it. That didn't work. Alright. Where are we here? 12, 9, and 11. That's the numbers are right. Just make sure everybody's equipped. I did make sure to equip everybody, it seems. What have I changed? Oh, I did make a couple of changes to the mod. I changed the sound effects back to default because... Okay, yeah, that does work. I changed it back to default because I didn't exactly care much for those newfound effects. I mean, they were alright, but some of them were just plain weird, and I'll stick with stock on that. I did try to change the animation effects for the like spells and that sort of thing. But I first chose, like, my current choice, I think, right now is the Satsuki one. I tried using Grimey's mods, and that crashed the game. So, I reverted that change back. I did make another change, though. I forget what it was, though. Let me look real quick. I think it was under... Oh, I changed the limit break flame. So I think it's a blue flame now. We'll see how that... We'll see what that does. Blue flames. Gotta have blue hair. Alright. Trail of blood. It looks like it leads up. I wonder. I wonder where it leads up to. Okay. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I selected default sounds, and apparently I got... I got extra sounds. So, have fun with that. Yes, thank you, Still Series, for your most timely update. Yeah. Yeah. Stop refusing me. I kinda like the blue flame, actually. What? I didn't even hear that. I said something. I picked the wrong one. Oh well. I'll have to fix the sounds the next time I do the game. The next time I do it to it. Eh, he did. Hey, it's Butterball. Palmer. Well, when you put it that way, what a crew. Well, I'm Rufus, the president of Shinra Inc. the hell that's supposed to mean? You know, coming from the dude who, up until this point, did not give a literal shit about the planet. Now, all of a sudden, Cloud gives a shit about the planet. Because magical Sephiroth appears. Amazing. Okay, so Cloud and Tifa's materia. Because what we will do here is form Voltron. We'll make them. I'm gonna move Tifa over to Barrett. Actually, I could probably move Cloud. Yeah, we'll keep Poison. And we'll put cover on Red 13. He'll be the designated bodyguard. Plus, I think both his and Arius' attacks will not hit the Buster, or whatever the hell that's called. So they'll definitely need all the magics. Barrett, on the other hand, can still, but I'll keep ice on him anyway, though, just in case. I think that will be okay. Cloud doesn't really need a whole lot. In fact, I don't probably think I need a restore on him. I forget which fight happens first. If it's Cloud's fight first or the... I think it's the other one first. Alright, we'll roll with this and see if this works. I think this will be okay, though. If I'm being honest. But, only one way to find out. Do it to it. Oh no, I think this fight is first. Yeah, okay. Correct decision was made. Alright, buddy. Let's face off. Not paying attention. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not even my final form. Got him before he could use big stuff out. Excuse me. Guys are asleep on the job. It's hard to target. I need to get the targeting thing on. Barrett, buddy. Don't you go drilling my girl. Shit. Yeah. Get fucked. Okay. So we're gonna take restore. And also, I can't remember if he has anything to steal. Let me look that up real quick. Classification, stats. Nothing. Okay. For some reason I was thinking there was something you could steal off Rufus, but that was not the case, so I'm not going to bother with steal. Probably only need like restore and maybe just one other one. Oh, actually, what is... If I recall, he uses... Him or D-Nation uses lightning. Elemental affinities. Roof is susceptible to poison. In the front row. For some reason, I kept thinking the cat dealt lightning, but yes, we should only have to worry about. Really shouldn't have to worry about a whole lot in this fight, so I'm just gonna pick up those. And that should be Gucci. Material off everybody. God dang it. Which button start? That one start. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. Be back. Oh jeez. Woo. 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 Alright. I could not hold it until the end of that fight. No, no, no. No, no, no. It does cast Bolt. I knew he casted Bolt. I could have actually equipped that as a elemental. I'm gonna take the safety here. I can't wait until I can learn enemy skills. Oh, he left his cat bomb. Oh man. Time for one of my most favorite scenes in the video game. Stop blowing my car. Doing too good at this now. I was doing real good there for a little while. Well, 3/4 health, I guess, is about the best I can do for that. I kept thinking it was lightning or something. Womp womp. Damn it. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. This controller's super finicky. I did it again. I wish I had use of my normal D-pad. That would be super nice. Thank you. We out of Midgar, man. Well, now what do? We get the hell out of Dodge, boys. Will it save the planet? Find out next time on the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Oh, you'll find out things about the ancients, alright. In a very bad way. Most certainly death. And no, that's not spoilers, because this game is 21 years old. If you don't know the fate of Arius, 21 years later, you have been living under a rock, while simultaneously living under a rock. Alright. Let's go. Oh, alright. Well, then I guess just pout. Two parties. Well, I'm going to take my main girls here, and you and the dog can go to Calm and have a good time. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Alright. 13, 11, and 12. So let's update the thingamabobber. 13, 11, and 12. Well, cool. And I think, let me just do a quick reorder here. So we're going to put lightning back there. Put an ice element. Actually, do fire elemental. Ice all. Restore all. Lightning all. See if we can have her steel back. And poison gets to be the red-headed stepchild. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whatever else, we are on the map. Yay! It looks mostly the same. We'll do a save here. Out of Midgar with a time of 4:44. That's not too bad. Considering when I first played this game 21 years ago, it took me 7 hours to get out of Midgar. And I guarantee you, like, 3 of those hours were spent in the wall market, just piddling around or trying to figure out what to do. So, it's a good time. Alright, so we will now head off to Calum? Calum? How do you pronounce that? Rebich Q Sarah. Now that's a name I haven't heard of in 2 ways. Primarily being the first way. What does the Final Heaven mod does? It changes a whole lot of Final Fantasy for you. I can demonstrate the... I mean, for one, Cloud has a sword on his back. That's definitely a change. but this is one of the biggest changes. You have a full redo of all the battle stuff. Blue flame. Basically, the Seventh Heaven mod manager puts together a bunch of fan-made mods to the PC version that change a whole bunch of stuff: character models, enemy models, ships, textures, fields, sounds, everything. It's basically like having a remade Final Fantasy VII for your PC. That's the long and short of it. A couple of guys yesterday who were involved with, I think one of them actually did mods, or both of them did mods. One of them linked me to a YouTube video on one of the other modders who's been working on the final mix version of this. And some of the stuff in there is really awesome. Like, I'll definitely want to play that when it comes out. I mean, it's basically the same game. Like, there's no real difference in the game. Like, the story is pretty much the same. It just adds a whole bunch of stuff to it. Like, this guy scripted out replacing the entire party with, like, the Shinra characters. Like, you can swap out for the Shinra characters. You can swap out for the Final Fantasy VIII characters. And then I think they also have a fight you can get into with all the Final Fantasy X characters. So I mean, there's some crazy stuff in it. Don't have a fringe. Oh, that's right. You haven't played Final Fantasy VII. I forgot about that. Yeah, if you don't have a frame of reference, then I can't really tell you. I mean, you can go YouTube, but I mean, I guess the best frame of reference I can give you is if you remember how any of the blocky, like, polygon-looking characters were from the PlayStation era, like the 97-ish PlayStation era. I mean, there's a bunch of games besides Final Fantasy that were like this. Basically that. So, I mean, that was, like, the major upgrade to this mod is giving all the characters a much nicer character model than the original PlayStation ones. Everything else is just icing on the cake at that point. Now we have to go through all the long story exposition here. So I guess if you've never played this game, here's your TLDR of the backstory, the flashback scene, as you will. Until one day. We were war buddies until one day. See, like in the original, all these characters were much more blocky and less detailed. You know, old, 20-year-old polygon look. But obviously, everything in here is looks way nicer. He's doing squats. Doing squats. Being of the internet, there's a certain amount about it I'm legally required to know, such as Knights of the Round and Golden Chocobo. Yeah, Knights of the Round was a... I'm not sure there's ever been a summon in Final Fantasy since Knights of the Round that was like Knights of the Round. And the worst part about Knights of the Round is that people usually pair it with 4x materia, so that it would cast 4 times. And the animation for Knights of the Round takes like 3 minutes for one go. So like if you're fighting Emerald or Ruby Weapon or any of the special bosses, you're basically just continuing to cast Knights of the Round until it dies. And so you might as well just put your controller down, go and make a snack, and come back and maybe you'll be halfway through the fight. If you're lucky. I mean, I like Knights of the Round, don't get me wrong, but it is kind of a bullshit summon. I'm actually a huge fan of when I was a kid. The summon that I enjoyed was Bahamut. Bahamut, if that's how I'm pronouncing that correctly. Specifically Bahamut Zero. The whole like collecting all the energy at its mouth and then just firing it like a satellite into the earth. I used to actually draw pictures of like satellites blowing up planets in middle school. It was a good time. I was a very destructive child. Golden Chocobos obviously are a thing in every Final Fantasy. You did. Duh. Fortunately, you automatically win these scenes anyway with Sephiroth, so no worries there. Yeah, Ribbon. I like how in the game, I think you can get only 2 ribbons. I think there's only 2 ribbons you can get in the entire game. So you can't actually have 3 on your entire party. You can only have 2. Which I think I normally solve by just having 2 people equipped with ribbon and the other one with one of the... I think there's 2 different sets of armor that does like the halve all elementals. But a ribbon is basically the only way you can go into the battle arena and maybe make it to the end. Because once they start stacking all the what is it called? All the penalties against you. Ribbon's pretty much the only thing that might save your ass in in those fights. Oh, no. Sephiroth is only part of this flashback story. And since you haven't played, I can't really say what happens with this flashback story because it does end up being important later on in the game. But basically this is Cloud's memory telling everybody the story of how him and Sephiroth encountered Jenova. Or rather, the facility that was producing Jenova stuff. Otherwise known as, when Sephiroth figured out that he was a Jenova clone and all that happy horse shit. I think there is ways to mod him into the game, though. Only because in the PlayStation version, if you have the Game Shark, you can enable him to be in the party. I don't know who he replaces, though. And usually the rule of thumb with this game is if you replace any character with another character, that only is going to work if that character exists in the game normally. So, like, all the old PlayStation tricks to get Arius back in your party would only work because I think she would replace either Tifa or Yuffie. But then anytime it expects dialogue, it'll crash. So... And, like, I was watching the guy that was doing the final mix mod yesterday, and there were several parts where he had to, like, back out of places and change party members to go back in because the game would not load with a certain character in the lead, because it doesn't expect that. Like, it doesn't expect to have X character as the leader. So... before Advent Children. Advent Children takes place after the events of Final Fantasy VII. Frog and Magus. There you go. I mean, you could with a mod. I mean, you basically could... You could swap Frog in for Red 13 and use Red 13's moveset. And Magus could probably take the place of Vincent. Like, that's a similar moveset. That's basically what that guy did with the final mix mod. Is all the extra playable characters that he put in, he basically gave them similar movesets to existing characters in the game. So pretty cheeky. I have to find the link. I think I linked it in my Discord, so it's in there if you want to find it. Childhood friends unite. I don't take pictures of nobodies. Aww. Yeah, they did fix up a lot of the backgrounds. A lot of them look super nice. Like, if you watch my VOD from yesterday, with the backgrounds that the Team Avalanche mod did, those are super nice. Like, they definitely did really great work with putting in like in Arius's house. They have it has like cabinets and everything, so they put in like the reflection of the cabinets. They got all the lighting. Like, all the lighting in these rooms actually looks correct, because before in the originals it looked really dark. Like, everything around the edges was just like kind of dark and blurry, like almost like they basically just applied like a circle blur effect to it. I feel like when they did all these backgrounds, they basically kind of took all that blur out and kind of made it look really nice, so you kind of see all the detail and all the houses and everything. I mean, it's still within engine constraints, so you can't go crazy, but like there's definitely like a lot of stuff that I'm looking at in these scenes that I don't remember looking at before. I was like, oh, that's there. Cool. It's pretty nice. Very nice. I'm Tifa. Nice to meet you. I'm the #1 guide in town. She's the only guide in town. If you know what I'm saying. That's bad. What did he add? His fancy new gaming laptop. Man, I wish I was cool enough to be able to buy fancy new gaming laptops. Or, you know, an 11.7K PC. Moon. What a bitch. And he'll write it off as a tax thing too for self-business, so someday, maybe someday I'll be cool on Twitch and I can actually buy 11.7K PCs from Origin. The Mako reactor was built in Mount Nibel. Nibel? I don't care about the fact that you deactivated Facebook for a week. Oh, yeah, I deactivated Facebook for a week. Yeah. You know what else you can do with Facebook? Just not pay attention to all the political shit. Bam! Easy. Muted. Oh no, the bridge. They're not even holding hands. That is one thing you'll notice with these, is because they change the character models. Some of the hand interactions will not look correct because the game is still assuming that, you know, things are of the blocky nature. So you get some like super weird movements because, you know, it doesn't expect that the vertices are off. Steve doesn't. Okay. I think that was a final mix thing, was that he adds Tifa to the party. Fortunately, in Cloud's flashback, Sephiroth is not allowed to fail at all, so lucky for us. But what, my man? But what? So beautiful. What hat is she wearing? Like a cowboy hat or something. Magic, a mysterious power. She's like leaned over. But if you could clone your consciousness digitally and upload it to a computer, and it had full thought and sentience capabilities, would deleting it be murder? Well, the best way I can answer that question would be, if you could download a car, would you? Illegally. It also supposes that your consciousness is still unique, and therefore, if you were to delete it, you would still effectively be killing the thing that makes you alive, so to speak. Now, if you were able to clone your consciousness indefinitely, see, then you still get into some interesting, murky territory if you start suggesting, you know, if you clone yourself like 50 times and you kill 49 of those clones, is that too murder? Which I think has been the subject of several science fiction shows and anime. Although I can't remember which ones off the top of my head. Star Trek might have dealt with it. I don't remember. It kind of seems like something Trek might have dealt with in the Next Gen era. Genova. Close the valve. Oh, you can't close a valve? Wanna get your hands dirty? Shit. See something especially ugly? Yeah. Some monsters. Okay, if there are 1,000 copies and they have several years of independent experience, so are quite unique in that respect. I mean, that's been the age-old question of sentience in AI in science fiction forever, right? That if any AI develops sentience, then therefore and is able to think on its own, it therefore becomes a living creature capable of independent thought. So if that's the definition you choose to roll with, then yes, killing it would be murder. That's like suggesting that any animal, a household pet, you know, just because it's a pet, is of no value, and you could just let it go. Which we all know is not the case for some people. It is for some people. Some people can have a vast amount of indifference towards pets, but most people don't. Certainly not me. In fact, my non-indifference to pets is why I'm still paying a very hefty vet bill for one of them. Am I human? Speaking of questioning your own humanity. Speaking of humanity. There's a really good Twilight Zone episode. What was I gonna say? There's a really good Twilight Zone episode. I forget the title, but it's one where like this couple gets a box, and they're told that if they push the button on the box, they'll get a bunch of money, but somebody will die. But they're not told who will die, and they're not told whether they will know the person or not know the person. Basically, just a random person will die if they push the button, but they get money. And I've always thought that that was an interesting thought experiment, because when you consider that obviously people die every minute of every second of every day of every year of everything, and you largely don't know most of them, save for your immediate friends and family. If you were given the option to receive a stack of cash in exchange for one life, would you do it? It's a hard sell. I mean, I think the most righteous or the most righteous of us would probably say no, that we can do without that. But there's many more, probably, especially in my generation or our generation, since I don't imagine there's any of you over the age of 40 watching this. We'd probably take the money. But, that's my philosophical waxing for the day. I was 98% sure his troll signature is pretty unique. His troll signature is very unique. It's the Twitch handle used for I spelled life wrong, but you get the idea. What was the other Twitch account that you had? Didn't you have a Twitch account the first year of Extra Life? You had two. I'm trying to remember the other one. Yeah, I think it was called The Box. Oh, was that a feature film? That might have been a feature film. I just remember the episode of Twilight Zone. That's all I remember. I didn't remember the actual rest. I like how they give you the option to save in the middle of this flashback story. Oh, that's right. It was Ronnie Runs Restores. On occasion, I do actually miss that company. Waterford. And the only reason I miss them sometimes is every time I have to deal with my major client at work, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, calling different locations, talking to the most airheaded people on the planet, and I don't have to deal with a Citrix environment, thank God. And their IT guy is just... he basically tries to avoid doing as much as humanly possible. I mean, within reason. Because, I mean, let's face it, if I was the IT manager of a major company and I had somebody else doing, you know, lifting most of my L1 help desk work, I wouldn't probably do shit either, so... It's a fair assumption, but at the same time, it's like... What, for one of the hotels, or for the company itself? My mother's name is Genova. Genova Project. Isn't that a coincidence? Why didn't you tell me anything? Why'd you die? Well, you know, mortality. He's a beach. Let me be alone, okay. Corp. Huh. Ain't that interesting, huh? He continues to read as if he was possessed by something, and not once did that light go out. And then will he have assimilated all of the books? Will he become the supreme being? I shall enjoy. Have a good night. Remind me to make it over that direction of the state at some point. It's been a while. Oh man, the detail in this library too. I don't remember seeing like all these books and things in such definition before. So basically the Cetra are nomads. Or gypsies. Or whatever. Those guys he can. Anyone that walk around here in the kingdom. Oh. I was reminded of her the other day when somebody was talking about tripping breakers with space heaters. I was like, yeah, that happened once. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. What does that have to do with you? Absolutely nothing. What does that make us? Your father's brother's sister's fourth aunt's fifth uncles. Yeah, that happens in mine too. Sometimes. Alright, beat it. Thanks for tuning in. Come back later this week for more failing at Overwatch. And this game. This is my new I don't want to play Overwatch competitive game. Or I don't want to play Overwatch at all game. This is my... I'm waiting for the Mercy and Junkrat nerf before I can really want to play, or really want to play again game. The Variety Power Hour. You will clean every one of these organ pipes you'll be fouled with your popular music. It's like the only Reverend Lovejoy quote that I say on a regular basis. And now in the wait, sorry. And now in the Garden of Eden by Iron Butterfly. Are you still sane? No. My town is on fire. My hair's on fire. This is fine. This is fine. Am I going to die? Well, this is a dream, so if you die in the dream, you die for real. Oh, that's right, I need to go in the house. Terrible. Too terrible. Too terrible. Oh man, this picture. The picture that was on everybody's wallpapers back in 1998. Hey, come on. Who among you didn't have some sort of Sephiroth thingamawhatsit back in the late 90s? I sure did. Hell, I had a website on GeoCities with Final Fantasy VII crap on it. It was one of my earliest forays in websiting, web development. Good old GeoCities. Then it moved to Zoom. Then it moved to some other free host. I think it bounced around several free hosts. Then it landed on At Home. At Home got bought by Cox. Then it went to Comcast. And, well, by then my website changed to an art site. I don't really have a real website anymore. I've owned the same domain for the last, 2018 minus 2001 or 2 is 16, 17. I've owned the same domain for about the last 16, 17 years. You know, so my domain is barely legal. She got slashed and she fell downstairs, but somehow she's still alive. Final Fantasy physics. You promised that you'd come, and I did. I came for you. I came for you. My dogs are barking. Even with the door closed, you can still hear him. No, he's not making any noise. Yeah. Weak. Oh, that's some sick detail there. Oh no. We reverted back to the original model. I guess they couldn't do this particular scene. Unless it's part of like the it must be part of the same FMV. I'm so used to the high-res models now that I'm like, oh no, I've gone back in time. Epilepsy warning. And now we're back into the present. A lot of this doesn't make sense. Well, you find out later why it doesn't make sense. Red 13 is just like, a fascinating story. VHS, yay. Alright, let's do some shopping. This is the item store. Is it now? Let's see. I probably am fine on potions. Pick up 2 more of these just for funsies. Probably hold off on materia buying for now, until I grind out some coinage for such things. I don't need a mithril saber because I have the hard edge. Cannonball would be nice. That would be nice. Everybody has a mithril armlet except for those who don't, or those who have carbon bangles. That's fine. So cannonball. Claw, and I don't have enough for that. Claw. Oops, I meant to hit that button. Probably shouldn't have bought as many tents as I did. Whoops. Let's see, there's some stuff I can get rid of here. I already have a hard edge, so I can get rid of the other one. Hard edge! That's actually probably worth enough for her stuff. I don't need her metal knuckle anymore. I do not need... Oh, I just bought that. Don't think I need a bronze bangle anymore. Guard stick was her original, right? Doing it! I'll hold on to 4 slots for the moment. I am gonna get rid of the rest of the bangles, though. The bangles. The bangles. I have extra mithril armlets? Armlets? Amulets? Do I have an extra star pendant, too? Or no, I don't think I do. Should have enough for full metal staff. Alright, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I will equip that. Gives me an extra slot, so I'm gonna throw poison there. Because what you do with Ares is you turn her into the materia. Materia Queen. Because nobody expects her to be a frontline fighter. So you give her all the bonuses so she maxes, or so she adds bonuses to her magic and MP. That's how that works. And I'll go ahead and sell her old rod. Should be Gucci. But do I actually have 2 star pendants? Because I'll definitely give the other one... I do. Okay, cool. Then I'm just going to give both star pendants to them to protect them on poison, and we good. Yay! Yay! I probably didn't actually need to buy Barrett's weapon because I probably am not going to use him for a while, but... I had some extra cash, so I figured I'd buy it now and get it over with. Get it over. And actually, just so I don't forget... Oh, that's not a long-range weapon, I forgot. Throw it on anyway. What the hell? $13, $11, and $12 still? Yep, okay. Save. What am I doing on time here? Quarter till 10. Yeah, I'll do this. Let me see how quick I can bang out the chocobo part here. Try to get us over to Condor here before I settle down for the night. Oh, that's right, I need money for the chocobo lure. Oh, okay. I'll hopefully have enough for that. Don't you bird kick me. Flaming back. Got a claw now. I hate how it always unfocuses my thing. I'm like trying to click windows super fast. Dun, dun. Chocobos. When I do get to where you can start breeding and racing chocobos, I will very much be doing breeding and racing chocobos. 100%. Guaranteed. Old folks. $2,000 gil. Do I have 2,000 gil? Oh, god damn it. Alright. I forgot about that. So, let's see. I shouldn't have too much to go. Yeah, I only need, like, a little bit. Sometimes you get lucky and still get one without the lure, but... I didn't think about that. I always forget about that, too. This is like the third game I've started where, like, I'll get ahead of myself and buy a bunch of stuff in Calm and then realize, oh crap, I still needed 2,000 for Chocobo lure. Plant. That thing should be super susceptible to fire. $540 gil off those things. One more fight should do it. Did I absorb that? I wasn't really paying attention. Watching her pull off her limit breaks with just that much character model detail is fantastic. Yeah, take them both out. Alright. We got enough for our lure. Hopefully there's a little extra there for some greens. sell his gun there for a little extra. And that. Yeah, now we got plenty of cash. So we're gonna get a couple of these. Probably didn't need that, but alright. And we'll equip that onto Cloud, since why not? And try to catch us a Chocobo. 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 Fat Chocobo. There we go. Here's the first. Oh no, where is it? Gotta be careful with my selections here so I don't accidentally hit the Chocobo. Ah, no. I should have fed it the other green. Ooh. Ooh. Unlucky. $14 and $13. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, come on. He didn't even wait for me to throw something out there. Oh, and I just gave it to that thing. Super unlucky. Got a high potion out of it, at least. Now I gotta buy some more greens. Alright, we're gonna try 2 of the cheap greens here. Alright, 3rd time's a charm. don't screw me. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. That's annoying. Yep, I didn't think it was gonna stick around for that.
What up, bruh?
Oh, you know. Getting cucked by chocobos.
You gonna come to bed soon?
Yeah, I'm trying to finish this. I got enough for maybe 2 more. Unlucky. I might try around 400 greens. I just want to get across the marsh. Won't do the cave tonight, but I would like to at least get across the marsh. See if that's possible. Might give this time. Yes. Yay. Made it. Just to see that one got pale. Lamb. Alright. Bye, friend. You served us well. And that is where we will end the night. Thank you very much for watching, and I might be back tomorrow, if not, another day. Check Twitter. Le Twitter. And who do I send you to? Let's see. Let's just do Skittles again. Studio opening, switch scene. Oh no, I broke it. No? Okay, we're good. Good fight, good night.